Good morning, Jeff Dawson from Texas, drinking my community coffee. Love that stuff. Love that hickory flavor. Yesterday, in ERCOT, and they did what COVID couldn't do and shut down the state of Texas. Well, we got CEO of ERCOT. You know what good that's going to do? Nothing. Nobody is going to resign. No one is going to run and hide because the worst is yet to come. And this also goes for Abbott and Patrick, the Utility Commission, the Texas legislatures, and ERCOT, because all intertwined and they're all responsible for this fiasco. Don't try and dodge and deflect, Greggy. This ain't the movie, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, where Charles During played the governor. Everybody knew about the chicken ranch down in College Station because that's where a lot of the fresh indoctrination is men. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a musical, but it's a good one. But all through it, they keep, who was it, Ziegler out of Houston. He was this investigative reporter. And he kept trying to expose it, and the governor would he'd sidestep to the left and he'd sidestep to the right. Well, in Abbott's case, he's going to side wheel to the left and side wheel to the right and say it's not his fault. Bullshit. You all are responsible for this, every one of you. I talked about an increase in fires. You've been watching the news. You've seen how many apartment fires there have been. House fires, emergency calls. Have you noticed the case in carbon monoxide poisoning cases rising because people are desperate to stay warm? And who's responsible for this? ERCOT, the legislature, the Utility Commission, and the governor and lieutenant governor. All of you are responsible for this. Not one of you is getting a pass. And the only way to stop this is hold all of them accountable. You need to light up their phones. You need to light up their emails and tell them, we want accountability and we want it now. Who's going to pay for all this? Yesterday I said it was probably going to be $1 billion in damage. It's going to exceed that. And if you're a plumber in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, hell, maybe even Colorado, if your work is slow, get ready, because you ain't seen anything like what's about to happen. This is going to put a F5 tornado to shame. The insurance companies are going to be stretched to the limit when they start calculating all these claims. I mean, I look at when my son's house was hit in a tornado in Tulsa. He had a 10 by 10 hole in the roof. They were out of their house for like 6 or 9 months. Insurance company had to pay for their lodging. And there's only so much family time that you can handle in a hotel or in an apartment. Same thing happened to my niece. Their house caught fire. They were out of it for like 9 months. Compound that by 1,000. The city of Princeton is frozen. I don't know what those people are going to do, because there aren't any hotels in Princeton right now. Those lines start thawing and those pipes start busting and the second floors become inhabitable and it goes down to the first floor, they're going to be out of that house for 6, 9 months, a year. Where are these people going to stay? I mean, Princeton is just a microcosm of what's going to happen. They are going to go to McKinney. That's the closest metropolitan town. Allen, Plano, is that where they're going to have to stay? Yet their kids are still in school in Princeton. This is just absolutely ridiculous. The damage is off the charts, and we haven't seen nothing yet. It's This is going to be one of the biggest natural disasters. No, it's not a natural disaster. This is going to be the biggest political disaster the state of Texas has ever seen. Ever seen. It's going to surpass the hurricane that hit Galveston in 1900 and killed, what was it, 6,000 people, and basically wiped the island away. Just washed it into the Gulf of Mexico. This guy ain't going to be jack. The F5 that hit Joplin, Missouri, the F5 that hit Tuscaloosa, Alabama. All the fires that we saw ravaging through Australia and through California in 2020. We know who to blame and hold accountable for. This is the big difference. The Texas legislature, the governor, the lieutenant governor, the utility commission, and ERCOT, every one of them. We don't need an investigation. We need an inquisition. That's what we need to get the answers that everyone is going to demand. Now, as my son brought up this morning, and I was talking with my friends last night in our ice box in the dark, you want to stick with solar power? Then you better install heaters and de-icing units in every turbine out there. Oh, gee, what the hell is that going to cost? I don't give a shit. You screwed it up. You didn't have any foresight. It's your fault. And don't even think about raising your rates. That seems to be the story coming out of Encore and TXU. But then I forgot the list, but there are like 20 different power suppliers in the state of Texas. You ain't raising a damn thing, and the utility commission is not going to give you a raise because you have already mismanaged more fucking money than you can take a stick in. I don't mean to cuss, but it just really pisses me off. This got to stop. Your incompetence is not going to cost us. You get that? Are you listening? Pull your head out and get the cotton out of your ears and put it in your mouth, because it ain't going to fly this time. You're not going to pull the Charles During two-step from that movie I mentioned and just dodge to the left and deflect to the right and hide and run because there's no place to go. That's a fact. You will be held accountable, and if it wipes out your personal wealth, well, just too damn bad. Maybe you'll pull your head out and have some foresight. But when you have politicians running ERCOT, which I ran over yesterday, the CEO's a lawyer. Boy, bet he gets his hands dirty. The chairperson is a professional regulator, just what we need, more regulators, and was one of the founding members of the Green Bank. Well, let me I'll tell you what to do with your Green Bank. You're not going to like it. And then the vice chair, oh, he's a professor of economics from Cologne. What the hell are you doing running our grid? None of you have turned a wrench in your life. Now, we'd like to take the thumb screws and turn them on you and show you how something mechanical works and is effective. Yeah, I'm mad as hell. I'm tired of politicians dodging their responsibilities and trying to blame everybody else. That day is done. You lose your personal wealth, too damn bad. How many people cried the blues when Enron and WorldCom collapsed and fleeced all those people out of their life savings? At least Kenneth Lay went broke. His second in command realized how bad it was. What was it? I think his name was Schilling. He committed suicide. Justice wasn't served, though, to all the people they destroyed. This cannot go unpunished across the board. If that means we got to get a new governor and lieutenant governor, so be it. If that means the whole legislature in Austin needs to be revamped, so be it. The Utility Commission and especially ERCOT. It is time to put people that know how to turn a wrench, that can think logically, and have built things in their lives and aren't just lawyers and politicians and bureaucrats. Because this is what we wind up with, a big mess. that is going to kill people, of which it is happening. If you've watched the news, you've seen an increase in apartment fires and house fires. I talked about that. You're seeing a massive increase in carbon monoxide poisoning because people are desperate to get warm. We discussed this at length in my room the other night, and that people need to use common sense. When people are desperate, there is no common sense. They are desperate to seek warmth. When it's hot, we can always take off clothes. When it's cold, you can't put enough on. And when you have sub-freezing temperatures, you are desperate. Yeah, but people will do it. Burning items in the fireplace that have toxic fumes in them. The fence pickets and throw them in the fireplace, or build a fire outside, but they'll build it close to the house. And then the house will catch fire. Who's responsible for that? It's the politicians and the bureaucrats. That's who are responsible. This is not a natural disaster. And have shown us your true colors and your inability to prepare and look at the future. You're all responsible. Every one of you sons of bitches is responsible for this disaster. This wasn't this was man-made. There ain't no slide to the left and slide to the right. The bullseyes are on Abbott, Patrick, the legislature, the Utility Commission, and ERCOT. They are the ones responsible. So for Abbott to come out and say, well, mess, you're all responsible. And like I said earlier, let's put your wealth on the line to pay for the billions of dollars that it's going to cost everyone. Yeah, this is not going to go well. I can't even fathom the damage this state is going to be in, the relocation of people because their homes will become uninhabitable. The city facilities that are going to burst and have to be rebuilt from scratch because everything froze solid. If that means people get charged with manslaughter for the deaths of all these people, it's your fault. You pay the price. Those that have to be on electric oxygen machines, those on insulin, we touched on that yesterday. This is your doing. It's not the citizens. It's your doing. And there's no place to hide. Not this time. Because when I watch the morning news, local and national, I just want to hang myself sometimes. Just like, God, can these people not develop a thought? I don't know what the producers are doing. I have no respect for the media. Across the board, I don't give a damn what station it is. They're all the same. Useless. They don't give us information. They give us more bullshit than a snow shovel could move. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And that's why I try and break down what I do here, analyze it, and then give you all what I think is really going on without sugarcoating it. Some people like that, some people don't. I don't know. But if you want a true analysis, watch me. You don't have to agree with me. But if I make you think, that's the whole purpose. Yeah, this is ERCOT part 2, and I guess next week I'll do a part 3 just to see where we're standing and just how bad the damage reports are coming in. Now, on the national level, apparently CNN had their town hall meeting with Joe Biden. They asked some really hard-hitting questions like, what's it like to be president of the United States? And then he goes on to this rant, not a rant, but this feel-good description of, oh, do you know that people wait on me? Got her name that wrote a book about all the presidents and the first ladies that she had served in her career. And you've been, no, it does not. Politicians, idiots. But there is a large percentage of people that just want to feel good. Oh, screw the policies. Yeah, that's what we're saying in Texas. Screw the policies. Yeah, we're seeing how those policies are affecting us right now. And it ain't good. And this idea of, and who's paying for these rehab centers? Because Patricia Bottoms, the governor of Atlanta, is like, well, we're waiting to get the resources from DC. Well, resources is a nice word for money. We need more money. We're only going to be 30 trillion upside down, but we need more money. Where's that coming from? If there was such a thing as a money tree, that's all gone. Y'all fleeced that decades ago. So where's the money coming from? Ask Central Bank? Yeah, pretty much. And that's all we're going to hear. We need more money. For what? How much money do you all waste every year, whether it's state, county, city? This country's got to get back to accountability. And I don't give a damn which party it is. It's actually both of them. I don't care who you support. They all need to start getting back to accountability and righting this ship before that check. Washington needs an enema. That's all there is to it. Okay. Well, those are my thoughts today on that. Now, during this cold spell that we lied, I've been rereading old books. I suggest you want something new to do, haven't thought about it, you got some old books sitting around that you've been wanting to read, what a perfect time. And then if you're looking for some different works, look me up on Amazon. I've got like 18 that cover, got a couple on poetry, 2 epistolatories on courting Russian brides. Those were a lot of fun. A true love story, Love's True Second Chance, about my high school sweetheart Debbie when we reunited after 30 years. And then I lost her 7 months later to breast cancer. But it's not about her dying. It's about the love that we shared in the short time that we were together. I've got a vampire series that pits 2 vampire clans against the Third Reich. Time travel, science fiction, political thriller. That was a lot of fun. A couple of short stories. One's a horror. One's be a good Twilight Zone episode. So there's a lot of different genres that I write in. You can find all those on Amazon. I have a Patreon account if you're interested in that. Jeff Dawson, patreon.com. And then if you like updates on coming works, you can go to my website, lddjenterprises.com, where I have all the books listed. And then I have posted segments and various chapters from the books I've read. Oh, and if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan and you're really disturbed with how the Cowboys are going, I suggest Irving Payton's. That is my satire of the Cowboys from 1989 to 1995. And all the names have been changed to protect the guilty. I'll say that much. All right, y'all have a good day, and we will talk to you later.